Hi, welcome back to a new video. In this video we're going to look at swapping the colour of this square from say red to green over a set period of time, and then we're going to also have the option to swap it from green to red and have that in a continuous loop. So I've dragged the square into the hierarchy. I'll just scale it up a bit, and we'll start off by creating a new C# script, and I'll call it colour swapper. Once that's compiled, I'll open it up into Visual Studio. For some reason Visual Studio 19 takes forever to load. You'd think on a super fast SSD that it would load rapidly, but it doesn't. Okay, so we need some variables. If you're wondering how I got this in, I've a quick tip video in my quick tips playlist that shows you how to change the default script. So let's start off by pasting on our first set of variables. Okay, I'll zoom in a little bit. So in our old colour we've got 3 floats, one for the old red, old green and old blue. In our new colour we've got again 3 floats, one for the new red, green and blue. We've then got a swap time and a bool for a loop swap. So this is if we want to continually swap between red and green and red, etc, etc. In the Unity methods we can get rid of update because we don't need that. And in the start method we need to grab a reference to our sprite renderer and start the first initial coroutine. So let's paste those in. So for the sprite renderer we've got the generic sprite renderer equals get component sprite renderer, which will get the sprite renderer attached to this script. And then we've got start coroutine swap to, which we haven't wrote yet. And what that's going to do is start straight away. So if we go into user methods, and what we'll do is we'll paste the coroutines that we need in here. Okay, so let's paste the coroutines in and zoom out a little bit. So the swap to, we've got a for loop, and all we're going to do is go through our time, and we're going to add time.delta time all the time t is less than 1. We've got a new colour, and what we're going to do is we're going to alert between each of the RGB values. So we're going to alert between the old red and the new red over the t, which is time period here. Again for the green and for the blue. We're going to set the sprite renderer colour to the new colour, and while this loop's running we'll return nothing. We've also got an if statement here for our bool. So if we want a continual loop, we'd tick this bool in the inspector, and that will start the swap back coroutine, which is almost identical to the swap to, apart from we're going from the new red to the old red, new green to the old green, and new blue to the old blue. Again, we're going to wait 2 seconds and then we're going to restart this coroutine. So if we now save that, jump back into Unity, and when it's compiled, attach it to our square. We'll click on the square, we need to pick some colours. Normally, when you open up the colour picker, it'll be set for RGB values 0 to 255. For this to work properly, we need to set our RGB values to 1 to 0. So if we pick red, that's 100. So in our old colour we'd type 100. For green, we want 010, so 010. For our swap time, I'll choose 10 seconds. So if we now hit play, you'll see we start off with a red square, and that's slowly now fading to green, and it's faded to green. Okay, now all we need to do is tick loop swap, hit play again. It will start red, it will go to green, wait for 2 seconds, and then it will fade back to red again, and it should do that on a continual loop. So we're at green, it's now fading back again to red, once it's got to red it's going to wait for 2 seconds and then slowly fade back to green again. And basically that's it for this tutorial. Hope you found it useful. Please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.